Think positive.
Welcome, or welcome back, to the Goal Ambrose podcast, GA for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself, one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Be Selfless. Well, what about myself? Right. But what about others, though? Selfless. A word people don't seem to like very much. The moment it's mentioned, people start thinking about sacrifice, giving things away, saying yes to everything, putting everyone else's need ahead of their own. That's not what I'm talking about. In fact, I don't think that's what selflessness is at all. A selfless person isn't someone who says yes to everything. A selfless person is someone who considers others. That's it. Simple. Before the decision is made, somebody else enters the equation. Not just their own wants, their own comfort, their own convenience. Somebody else matters too. The more I've thought about it, the more I've realized how easy it is to forget that. Most of us don't wake up trying to be selfish. We just naturally see life through our own perspective. Our problems, our schedule, our responsibilities, our stress, our plans. That's normal. The problem starts when that's all we see. A while back, I found myself thinking about moments where I could have helped somebody and didn't. Nothing dramatic, just ordinary moments, the kind that happen every day. And when I looked back on them, I realized how quickly I could justify moving on. I was tired. I was busy. I had other things to do. Maybe you've used those reasons before too. Maybe they were valid. Maybe they weren't. The point is how easy those answers came, almost automatically. One excuse that keeps showing up is energy. I don't have the energy. That's a powerful excuse because nobody can really argue with it. Maybe it's true. Sometimes it absolutely is. But not every time. What's interesting is that some of the moments I remember most positively came after doing something I didn't initially feel like doing. Helping somebody. Showing up. Giving a little time. Offering a hand. The strange part, I didn't walk away feeling drained. I walked away feeling better, which raises an interesting question. How often do we assume helping someone will take something from us? How often does it actually give us something instead? Perspective, connection, gratitude, purpose. Not every act of kindness leaves you with less. Sometimes it leaves you with more. We're constantly encouraged to focus on ourselves. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. Protect your time. And there is truth in that. Boundaries matter. Rest matters. Taking care of yourself matters. But every good idea can be taken too far. At some point, protecting your peace becomes avoiding responsibility. Protecting your energy becomes refusing to help anyone. So, self-care turns into self-centeredness. The shift is subtle. That's why it's dangerous. You don't notice it happening. One day you're creating healthy habits, boundaries. The next, nobody can ask anything of you. The more I think about it, the more I come back to one word: consideration. Not sacrifice, not people pleasing, Consideration. Did another person exist in your thought process? Did you stop and think about them? Did you take a second to look beyond yourself? Because two people can make the same exact decision. One considered others, one didn't. Same outcome, different mindset, and mindset matters. Most people aren't looking for a hero. They're not asking someone to solve their entire life. A lot of the time, they just need an offered hand, a little help, a little support, someone willing to listen, willing to show up, willing to care. Small things carry more weight than we realize. A conversation, a favor, a phone call, an encouraging word. Things that seem irrelevant to one person can mean everything to another. That's why consideration matters. Because you never fully know what someone else is carrying. This isn't about saying more yeses and less nos. The real question isn't whether you'll always say yes. You shouldn't. The real question is what happens before the answer. Was another person considered? Or was the decision made the moment it became inconvenient? That's the challenge. Not becoming responsible for everyone. Not saving the world. Just refusing to make yourself the center of every situation. That takes awareness. It takes humility. And it takes effort. Being selfless doesn't mean losing yourself. It doesn't mean to abandon your needs. It doesn't mean becoming available to everyone all the time. It means making room for someone besides yourself. A pause before the decision. A moment of thought. A little consideration. You might still say no. Sometimes you should. But let the answer come after you've considered someone else. Not before. Because the distance between selfish and selfless isn't always some huge act of sacrifice. Sometimes it's nothing more than a moment of consideration before you answer. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about, because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.